Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel, and we are back with another watch along, and it's the very first game of the FIFA 2022 World Cup. And welcome to the new studio. The FIFA 2022 studio is up and running, and I'm really looking forward to it. First game of the World Cup. To be honest, it doesn't really feel like a World Cup as of now. You know, the kind of the excitement that you'd normally have with a World Cup, and you know, all of the good stuff, the build up to it and all of that kind of jazz. It doesn't really feel like a World Cup. But look, hopefully once we get into the swing of things and once the games start to kick off like today and stuff like that, we'll start to enjoy it. But I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, you look, opening game, Qatar versus Ecuador. It's probably not going to be the greatest game in the world, but just, you know, happy that the World Cup is kicking off. Hopefully it's exciting. Hopefully we can get a good watch along to start the World Cup, and we're going to be doing plenty of them as well. We're going to try and do a watch along most days throughout the World Cup, throughout the group stages anyway, and then once we hit the latter stages, last 16s, quarters, semi-finals, and of course the finals, we'll be doing watch-alongs for them as well. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and make sure you hit the like button as well. We're going to aim for 20,000 likes on TikTok today as well. So tap that screen, gets more people into the chat, and it helps out the channel a ton, so I really appreciate it. Let's see who we've got in. Reen is in, good to see ya. Lisa's there as well. Sean is in. Midges Man is in. Happy days. Good to see you, pal. Sean says, what channel is it on? It's on BBC One. I'm watching it on anyway. Midges Man says, once we see Portugal lose a game, despite the diving, I will be happy. Well, there you go. There you go. And Daniel is in on YouTube as well. Good to see you, Daniel. But yeah, really looking forward to it, I have to say. We'll run through the starting 11. Well, I'll try my best to run through the starting 11 because it's to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't know an awful lot of the Qatar players and only a couple of the Ecuadorian players as well. So in goal for Qatar, first of all, Al Sheebs is in goal. We have Al Rawi at right. They're kind of playing three at the back, I think. 3-5-3 nearly. Kunki and Hassan are the other two in the back. Then we have Miguel, Boudiaf, Hatim and Ahmed in the midfield. Al Hedos and Afif with Ali up front for Qatar. Apologies if I didn't say any of them right. I probably didn't, but yeah. And the Ecuadorian starting 11 is let me just get it up here. Galindez is in goal, right back, Presedo, left back, Estupinan. Centre backs then are Felix Torres and Hincapi. Four across the middle then we have Ibarra, Casero, Mendez and Plata. And the two up front then are Valencia and Estrada for Ecuador. But yeah. Let me know your score predictions as well, guys. Get your score predictions in the chat. Let me know who you're going with. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Qatar potentially buying the victory here today. There's been an influx of bets that Qatar are going to win 1-0. So, did I back 1-0 to Qatar? Let's see. Boom. Digestive says, get well soon to the poor girl in the carjacking yesterday. Absolutely. Absolute disgrace what happened. But yeah, anyone local to me will know what's going on. Son is in, says, what's a crack? Good to see you, pal. Midges Man says, Ecuador 2-1 for me. Shark says, Afif is their best player. He's good enough. Big says, Qatar 1-0. Finton says 1-0 as well with smiling faces. Vinny Boy says 3-1 Ecuador. Sidhu says, alright, great channel, keep it up. Appreciate it, pal. Thanks for that. Tillahun says 2-1 to Qatar. Yaya says Qatar are winning as well. And Donald Deegan says 2-1 to Qatar also. So, there we go. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I've been listening to BBC in the kind of build up to the game here, And obviously they're highlighting a lot of stuff with what's gone on in Qatar and the the people potentially who have died building the stadiums, and also the human rights issues that are going on within Qatar at the moment as well. Homosexuality is illegal there. Women's rights is not up to standard. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and obviously anyone in the right mind wouldn't agree with any of that, regardless of your beliefs. But hopefully once I think them kind of things will take care of themselves, and once the football starts, hopefully we can concentrate on that a bit more, without forgetting obviously all of the all the political issues that are behind this as well. So Dylan is in on YouTube. Good to see you. He says, just had a shower and now going to watch the World Cup game. Absolutely, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Midges man, thanks for the gifts. Really appreciate it there on TikTok. And like I said, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the follow button. We're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs for the World Cup throughout the tournament. So really looking forward to it. And daily content. Obviously, we're a Manchester United fan channel, and obviously I'll continue to have daily Manchester United content put up on the page, but we're going to be putting a lot of World Cup content up as well. So if you're new, make sure you hit that follow button. But yeah, great to see so many people in, guys. We're aiming for 20,000 likes, so if you have a second, tap the screen a few times for me. Gets more people into the chat, helps the channel out, as we know. But yeah, let's talk World Cup. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? Who is your World Cup winners? Let's start with the World Cup winners. A couple of different points to go down through. I'd like to know all of your opinions on it. So we'll start off with winners. Who do you think are going to win the World Cup? Let me know in the chat, and we'll see what you say. Andy says, greetings from Saudi. Greetings. Sully is in. I said, was looking forward to this, but appreciate it, Sul. You're more than welcome. Party Pooper says, any updates on the Ronaldo situation? So the last real updates we've had on it was United are looking to terminate his contract, and if they can't, they're happy to pay him the remainder of his wages and keep him at the club, but play him in the reserves. So either way, I'm happy, to be quite honest with you. I really am. Let's see. Robert says, France to win the World Cup. Tillahun says, in the absence of Russia, I cannot call this event World Cup. Okay. Markenzie says Ghana. Derek says Germany. Patrick says, what do England fans do after winning the World Cup? I don't know if they're going to win it. Vinny says Brazil are going to win. England or Brazil, says Midges man. Let's see. He says, turn off the PlayStation. June says Iran to win. There we go. France on top, says Lana. And Kia Lunda, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it. Lewis says Brazil or Portugal to win. Party Pooper says Spain to win the World Cup. Alex says Germany are going to win. And Dylan says, I think Brazil are going to win it because they have a good squad. I'm back in Brazil. I want to see how my jersey, that's my Brazil, and it doesn't really, with the green screen, it doesn't really work that well. Look, it disappears, obviously, because it's green. It works all right on TikTok, but on YouTube, it looks terrible. It's just all see-through, so I'm going to have to sort something out for. Obviously, I'm supporting Brazil for the World Cup. They're the team that I've backed, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think Brazil have an amazing squad, but I'm going to go with Brazil to win the World Cup. Right, let me know a team that might flop in the World Cup. One that maybe is expected to do well, but you think might not do as well as everyone else thinks. I've got one in mind, and I'll let you know once I see some of the comments here. But let me know a team that might not go as far as everyone is expecting. Lewis says France. Patrick says England. June says England. Donald says Portugal. Owen says England. Spinab says France. Vinny says England. Lewis says England. A lot of people saying England. France or England. Spain, says June. France will flop, says Midgers man. Owen says Senegal. Dylan says France. Sully says France. And Party Pooper says Argentina. Big shout there. I said it in the TikTok that I'd done a couple of days. Was it yesterday in the build-up? Just a kind of a win, flop. I agree with a lot of people in the chat. I think France could potentially flop in this World Cup. And the only real thing that I'm basing it on is... Was Italy the only team? I said in my TikTok, I said Uruguay were the only team to retain the World Cup, but they didn't actually retain it. They won it twice in the space of, I think, maybe 12 or 16 years at the very start when the World Cup, back in the 1930s. But it was actually, I think Italy were the only team to retain it. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. But generally what happens is, if you win the World Cup, the following tournament, the team that wins it tends to struggle. So it's I'm going with France to struggle. Now, I could be completely wrong, but I think they could struggle. So yeah, Alex says, I say Portugal won't get out of the group. They can't play together. All right, okay. Now, give me a surprise team next. So if a team that might not be expected to do that well, but you think might or could go maybe to the latter stages. Let me know who you think on that one. Mike says, what's up, buddy? Morning from California. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks for joining. You're more than welcome. What time is it over there? You're 8 hours behind, is it? So, yeah, what are you? 10 o'clock in the morning? Is it? Maybe more? Lewis says Serbia to go far. Vinny says Denmark. Jack says Uruguay to win the World Cup. Mike says Canada. Spin says USA. Lewis says Serbia. Party Pooper says Serbia. Alex says Uruguay and Denmark. Sully says, look, as long as England don't win it, I'm happy. I think Uruguay will go far. Yeah. In my original predictions, I went with Senegal, not knowing that Mane was out. So I'm going to have to maybe change my mind. And I think I would have to agree with a lot of you in the chat that maybe Uruguay might be the team that could go far. I mean, I think all of the South American teams are quite strong. And I do think the World Cup will end up in South America once the tournament is over. But yeah, I mean, it's I'm gonna go with Uruguay to be the surprise team in the World Cup and do really well. Patrick's saying Netherlands there. Midges Man says USA, Wales to finish second in the group. Serbia, a lot of people are saying there as well. Argentina, France are definitely the flops. There we go. Okay, next then, let me know in the chat, who do you think will be the Golden Boot winner? So who's going to score the most goals in the World Cup? And this is a tricky one. I think this is the toughest one out of the lot. But let me know who you think will win, or who'll win the Golden Boot. Who'll get the most goals in the World Cup? But yeah, let me see. And as well, guys, anybody watching on TikTok, if you do want the full experience, we're live on YouTube at the moment as well. The link is on my homepage, or you can search United Community Channel. We've got I was going to say the starting lineup over here, but I haven't got them all done. But we have the scoreboard. We're going to get the timer going as well, and all that. So if you want the full experience, link is on my homepage for the YouTube channel, United Community Channel. Head over there, hit the subscribe button. Chat tends to be a lot quieter over there as well, so I get a better chance of reading out your comments as well. Let's see. Zidane says Ronaldo to be Golden Boot winner. User says Gakpo. Cypher says Julian Alvarez, 70-1. David says Harry Kane, piss easy group. Spin says Messi. Nunez or Neymar, says Vinny Boy. Lewis says Neymar. Rashford says Midges Man, obviously. Anybody looking for the game, guys, I don't know if there's a stream, depending on where you are in the world. I'm obviously watching it. I'm watching it on BBC One. That's the channel that I'm watching it on. So, but I'm not sure whereabouts in the world you are. I'm sure someone in the chat will let you know of some streams that are showing it, if you can't get BBC. Dylan says Messi. Party Pooper says Harry Kane. So does Alex. Sully says Ronaldo. Cottle says Ronaldo, and Alex says Harry Kane or Darwin Nunez. I'm going to go with Harry Kane as well for the simple fact that, and so I think someone mentioned it there on TikTok, that they have not an easy group, but they have a favourable group where I think they can score a lot of goals in the group stage. They have Wales, Iran, and the USA. Now, it'll be interesting to see. Not that they're going to get easy games off of them, but I would expect them to win them games. Like, you would expect England to be top in the group, and I think if they do, I think they can score goals. I think they can. So I'm going to go with Harry Kane. Now, let me know finally your player of the tournaments. So let me know who you think is going to be the player of the tournament. Obviously, we've had a lot of people saying about the goal scorers, but let me know who do you think in relation to the goal or the player of the tournament. Sorry, I just want to sort out this camera for a second. There we go. Now, there we go. Perfect. So what are people saying here? Neymar says David. Liao says Lewis. Miko says Messi. Hazard to be player of the tournament. Hi from Ghana. Let's see what other people are saying here. Bruno's going to be, says Midges Man. When is the match starting? So it's starting at 4 o'clock my time. So just under 15 minutes, guys. Messi or Neymar, says Patrick. Muller, says Sam. And what are people saying on YouTube? Cottle says Ronaldo. Alex says, oh yeah, we read them out. Dylan says Mexico to go far as well. Dylan says Neymar for player of the tournament. Cottle says Bernardo Silva. Big shout there. Big shout out Bernardo Silva. Brazil says Neymar. Ken says Harry Kane. And I'm not going to be showing the game, guys, for anybody that's wondering in the chat. It's just a watch along. I can't show the game, obviously, due to copyright issues. But we're going to be here for the whole game, commenting on it. Bit of a laugh, bit of a chat. While the game is on, I'll be keeping you up to date on it and all that. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the follow button, because we're going to be doing a watch along basically every day for the World Cup. I'm going to try and get as many of the games in. And of course, then once we get to the latter stages, I'll be doing all of the last 16s, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals and finals and things like that. So if you're new, make sure you hit the follow button. But yeah, anybody watching on YouTube as well, guys, take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot. Lanky says, I still think Modric will pull the strings. I mean, Modric is just class, really, isn't he? And that kind of position that he plays in, and we've seen it down through the years as well. It's a kind of a position where you can continue to play really well into the latter stages of your career. We've seen, obviously, Modric, the likes of Iniesta, Xavi, Paul Scholes, Pirlo, these kind of players that just sit there, dictate the game in front of the back four. Not an awful lot of running done, but can get on the ball and dictate the tempo of the game. England won't get out of the group, says Tommy. All right, interesting. Enjoy the game, says Vincent. Mario says, I could see match fixing for Qatar to get out of the group. Well, look, we'll see. The matches will only tell us that. You know what I mean? And fans of the game and people who watch the game are not stupid, and we'll be able to see that throughout the games. If things are not right and referees are giving decisions, it won't take long for people to cop on. Bem, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it. But yeah, keep tapping the like button for us, guys. We're nearly at 2,000 likes already. Our goal is 20,000 likes before the end of the game, so we should be able to get that. And like I said, if anybody wants the full experience, starting 11 on the screen, scoreboard, timer, we're live on YouTube as well. It's all over here. It's in landscape mode rather than portrait mode. So if you want to click on the link on my homepage or just search United Community Channel on YouTube, we're live over there as well. Go Italy, says Mike. Italy are at home, I'm afraid. It's weird not having Italy at a World Cup as well, you'd have to say. But yeah. So for anybody wondering what the snack of the day is, anybody and the regulars of the channel will know. we've upped our game here today. Because it's the opening game of the World Cup, we've gone all out. So obviously we've got our twirl bites, as we know people are well used to me having. We've also got a big packet of Dairy Milk buttons. So some of the little small miniature packs. And this mightn't work well on the green screen, but we've also got a share packet of fruit pastilles. So we're going to be well looked after throughout the game. So yeah, happy days. Party Pooper says, everyone is writing off Belgium. Dylan says, I'm in school for the games that start at 10 and 1. I'm going to be working for a lot of them as well, Dylan. So the majority of the watch-along games that I'm going to be doing will be at 7 o'clock in the evening anyway. So you'll be able to tune in either way. Obviously because we all have jobs. Alex says Ireland have a better chance of winning it than England. Look, to be honest with you, when it comes to England, I know there's some people writing them off, and I mean, England have a good team, I think. And I know there's this the dynamic of Ireland and England, and you know what I mean. That doesn't bother me at all, but I think England have a decent team. If they set up in a specific way, I think they could really, really have a go at this. Their defence is their weak point, you would have to say. But, I mean, in midfield, Rice, Bellingham and Maddison, three up front, Harry Kane, Phil Foden, Rashford, I mean, not Martinelli, Saka, you know, they do have good options going forward, you'd have to say. But it's going to be interesting to see how they get on, you know. I do expect them to get out of the group. C. Pines says Argentina all the way. It would, look, obviously I'm shouting for Brazil, but I mean, it would be great to see Messi lift the World Cup, wouldn't it? I don't think any of the United fans want to see Ronaldo lifted at this stage. So, let's see what happens. Dylan says Ireland to win the Euros in 2024. We'll be doing well if we qualify. Party Pooper says Harry Maguire is a different player for England though, so I don't think their defence is the worst. Yeah, look, that's agree. I agree. It's going to be interesting to see how they get on and how they set up. Alex says they have a good squad, but at the end of the day, they're bottle jobs. Well, I don't know. I mean, this team isn't. I mean, to get to a semi-final and a final in the last two tournaments, I wouldn't be calling them bottlers, but let's see. Sam says France will get grouped. User says Brazil, they are the winners of the trophy. England, no way. David said, if Hungary can beat England, so could USA. Hi says, are you going to show Ecuador versus Qatar? It's just a watch along, guys. So I'm going to be commentating on the game as it's happening. Teams in the tunnel ready to come out here. Just over 5 minutes away from kickoff, guys. So, like I said on the on TikTok there, if you do want to catch us on YouTube, link is on my homepage. You can click on the link or search United Community Channel. We've got the timer, the scoreboard, all that kind of good stuff over on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go and check that out as well. Now, do I have the timer here? I do. Let me just make sure I've got it all set up correctly. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Background. There we go. There is white. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. Dale is in. Good to see you, pal. Thanks for joining us as usual. Jordan says USA has a better team. They've has a better team than they've had ever. They could upset England a lot. There you go. Yeah. Lewis says I'll be watching the matches on my laptop in school. Good man. Good man. Teams are lining up here on the pitch. We're going to have the national anthems here now as we speak. I just want to test out this timer real quick and see where I have it positioned. Ah, yes, there we go. Yeah. Timer is looking good. So happy days. Great to see so many people in, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the follow button on TikTok and hit the subscribe button on YouTube as well. Dale, thanks for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. You do get to ask a question if you put in the super chat, so it doesn't have to be blank. Carl says, if we qualify for a tournament before 2050, I'll be happy. At this rate, we're going at it. Michael says, I'm afraid I've not felt too excited about the build-up about this tournament due to the fact it's come in the middle of the domestic football season, plus the negative political comments about Qatar. Yeah, and it's something we mentioned at the start there as well, Michael. And it's something I do agree with you on. Hopefully once the games start and the excitement starts, you know, obviously we don't forget about all of the political negativity that's there, but you know, for a while maybe we can just concentrate on the football and get excited about it, you know, which is great. So happy days. Alex says, apparently the World Cup is changing to 48 teams in 2026, so Ireland might have a chance to qualify. And Nakib says, are we watching it? Yeah, so we're doing a watch along, Nakib, so I'll be keeping you up to date as the game goes on. Fionn says, Ecuador are getting out of the group. Yeah, I like it. Who's in the group with them? Let's have a look. Qatar, Senegal, Netherlands and Ecuador. Yeah, I mean, you'd be expecting it to be a straight shootout between Senegal and Ecuador for second place, more than likely. I mean, you'd be expecting the Netherlands to top this group, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people saying that everyone knows that Qatar are winning 1-0 here tonight, so let's see what happens. Did I back a 1-0 win for Qatar? You're damn right I did, because if they are buying this victory or this result, might as well make a few bob on it. Who will win player of the tournament, says football. It's always a hard one. I'd love to see Messi get it. It would be great to see Messi lift the World Cup and get player of the tournament. So yeah. Fionn says Netherlands will top the group. Midgesman says Senegal are just not the same without Mane. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. Absolutely. Jeffrey says, what odds did it give at that? The 1-0 win for Qatar, I think, is 8-1 I got it at. Fionn says Messi, Neymar, Kevin De Bruyne had to be players of the tournament. Jock is in. Good to see you, pal. Thanks for joining us. And Paul said done the same bet as well. I think half the country done it. Ronaldo to win it with Portugal, says Oak. There we go. Different people, different opinions. Good to see. Michael says, as Ireland have not qualified, you will be supporting any of the national teams, either England or Wales. No, Michael, I'm supporting Brazil. I just love Brazil. I've always had a soft spot for them. The first kind of real World Cup that I got to watch. Well, I remember the 98 World Cup vaguely, but I remember the 2002 one with R9 and Ronaldinho and Rivaldo, and I just loved Brazil ever since. So I'm going with Brazil. Dale says, I hope Makeda breaks Van Dijk up in training. Kyle says, odds on Ecuador getting a red card. Yeah, there you go. Party Boober says, do you want Messi to win it because of what Ronaldo did to United? No, not necessarily. I don't know, I just have a soft spot for Messi in relation to the way he plays the game, and like, there's been a lot of talk of him not being the greatest of all time since he's went to France and not really done it over there. And, you know, I think this would put him up there as the greatest ever if he could win the World Cup. And similarly, if Ronaldo could do the same, then you would expect that as well, you know. Chelsea says, Germany has entered the chat. You're more than welcome. Michael says, sad that Mane, Benzema are ruled out and that Lukaku is touch and go for Belgium. Yeah, I mean, it was always going to happen with playing the World Cup in the middle of the season, you know, it really was. Carl says, watch out for Akram Afif, number 11 for Qatar, he's dangerous. Yeah, he is. I've heard of him. Twigs is in. Good to see you, pal. And Party Pooper says, yeah, I agree. The debate should be over if one of them win the World Cup. Absolutely. Vive la Deutschland. Deutschland. Oak says Senegal beat France in the 2002 group game. They did. Fionn says surprise team. I think Uruguay will do well. Midges Man says Ronaldo has done it everywhere. Puts him ahead of Messi for me. There we go. Have you got the 2022 album right now? I'm sticking in some stickers. I certainly do. Let's get one open real quick. Someone give me a random number between 1 and 10 in the group chat. First one will get it. Give me a random number. 7. Right, Midges Man is in first there with 7. Let's get the timer up and running here as well. So I have a big box of stickers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see who we get. Right, the World Cup is about to start. Here we go. Let's see who we get in this sticker pack. I'll just get the timer started and then we'll go. Six, 5, 4. Yeah, and then the ref blows the whistle when it's on like 6. That ref is in charge. Here we go. 64 games. Right, let's see who we've got in this sticker pack. Kofi Carrera from Ghana. We have an Australian next. Matthew Leckie. We've got a German. Jonas Hoffmann. So there's the Germans. And then we have in Cameroon, we have Martin Hongla. And finally, we have Carlos Guerzo of Ecuador. We'll open some more as the games go on, guys. But game is up and running here. And the tempo is fast so far, you would have to say. Which is good to see. It's weird doing a watch along and it not being Manchester United, but I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the change and looking forward to, you know, the fact that it's the World Cup. Oh, big strong challenge there. Apologies if I don't get any names of build-up plays and stuff like that, but I'll try my best. What's the predictions, please? Says Dinka. I'm going 1-0 to Qatar. But yeah. Let's see. Michael Brown says, I don't think this tournament will favour Northern Hemisphere nations due to the heat and humidity, which doesn't suit the pace at which they play. It will likely favour Southern Hemisphere teams. I agree with you there, Michael. Absolutely. Chelsea says, packed Mbappe earlier. Yeah, I had Mbappe myself a couple of packs ago. Mickey is in. Good to see you, pal. Let's go. And it has kicked off, says Chelsea. Twig says, did you see Goldbridge charity stream? I watched bits of it, yeah. I did. That's great to see, you know, raising money like that. Twig says, if you get Rice or Grealish, bin him. I've got Grealish already, I think, and he's already in the. Here's a free. Oh, goalkeeper comes a mile out of his goal, and he's in no man's land, and it's bobbling around in the box. Ecuador. Oh, and it's 1-0 to Ecuador. Early doors, and there's a 1-0 win to Qatar. Bet gone out the window straight away. Less than 3 minutes gone, and Ecuador take the lead, and the keeper has to take the blame for that one. It was a free kick into the box, and there was a crowd of defenders, Qatari defenders around that were going up for it, and the keeper just comes out and just tries to clear house and punch the ball away, and he doesn't reach it. He doesn't reach it, and the ball just goes straight up in the air. It bounces a second time. There's an overhead kick tried, and it just goes across the face of the 6-yard box. And there's one of the Ecuador players is right there just to get up and head it in, and it's 1-0 to Ecuador, the first goal of the tournament. And we're up and running. 1-0. Number 13. Who got it? Number 13. We've got Ener Valencia with the goal. So we're up and running. There goes the bet pat down to Swanee. But anyway, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? But good fast start, guys. You'd have to say a very fast start. And as well, guys, anybody watching on TikTok, like I said, if you want to switch over to the YouTube channel, we've got the scoreboard, we've got the timer, we've got the starting 11 on the screen, or there's a VAR check here now. But if you want to switch over to YouTube, the link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel. We're live over there as well with the full experience. Big VAR check here. I don't see what it's for, to be quite honest with you. It didn't look like there was anything wrong there at all. Oh, there's an offside. Goal ruled out, and we don't have our first goal of the tournament. So we don't. Very, very interesting here. I'd like to get a replay of it. And the stadium erupts, obviously the home crowd. So let's have a look. So ball is okay, so that's there's no offside there. No offside there. No offside there. There's no offside there. Is this match fixing at its finest? There is literally no offside there. There's no offside there. This is massive. So the ref puts his hand up as if it was offside. What? And nobody knows why this is being disallowed. This is huge. And all of the talk before the game of Qatar working their magic. Oh, we have a talking point already. Goal ruled out for no apparent reason. Massive news here. Massive news. And I'll be taking note of that. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Midges Man says blatant fix. Riki says high boot maybe. Yeah, but the high boot, there was no defenders near him. That's the first thing that I thought. Because he does do a kind of a bicycle kick. But there's no Qatari players around him. Oh, this is massive news. This is massive news. The host nation gets an early favour, says Oak. But this is, I mean, this is not even close. This is huge. This really is huge. David says first corrupt decision. There we go. There we go. Party Pooper says match fixed. Twig says I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, I mean, that is just so bizarre. So bizarre. And we're going to be seeing this for the next few hours. It's going to this goal is going to be on replay. Michael says joke, nothing wrong with that goal. No, there wasn't. That's it. Not watching this, says Pat. Patrick says Qatar win now after seeing this decision. Whose goal was disallowed? It was Ener Valencia. And Umel says, "How's that offside?" Yeah, this is crazy. We already have a massive talking point, absolutely massive talking point. Carl says, "LOL, we can already see match fixing in play." Michael says, "I think VAR is designed to protect and favour Qatar. FIFA desperately want Qatar to do well in the group stage. At least it won't look good if the tournament sees the host nation struggle." Well, it's certainly something that shouldn't be the case, because as a sport, you know, the best team wins in the Not, so I don't know. This is huge. This is huge. Keep smashing the like button for us, guys. Helps the channel out an awful lot. If you're watching on TikTok, we're aiming for 20,000 likes. So take a second, tap the screen for me. Gets more people into the chat. And like I said, if you're watching on YouTube as well, if you're new to the channel, take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me, and hit the subscribe button as well. But yeah, this is huge. This is huge. Shane says corruption at its finest. Party Pooper says they're trying to keep your bet alive. Fair play to them. Fair play to them. Oshin says, let's hear Infantino defend that. Exactly. Twig says that's getting Whale of the Week. Definitely. Absolutely. Whale of the Week. And for anyone who doesn't know, Whale of the Week is a segment we do on our podcast. Anybody watching on YouTube, you can scan the QR code on the screen, or it's pinned to the top of the chat. You can go and listen to our podcast, United Community Podcast, wherever you listen to yours. And if you're watching on TikTok, link is on my homepage, so you can go listen to our podcast there as well on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get them. But another free here now to Ecuador, in a very good position just to get it into the box again. And we see, obviously, Qatar struggle with the first one, so it certainly is interesting here. Yeah, it's a very, very good opportunity to get a dangerous ball in between the defence and the goalkeeper here. Goalkeeper's far off his line. I mean, that could nearly have a shot in the goal there if he wanted to. Ball swung in near post. A poor free, and it's cleared. But Ecuador are putting the pressure on here, you'd have to say, and they're keeping Qatar well pinned back. Here's Casado now coming down the right-hand side. Little step over, gets to the end line, and good defending. Goes for a throw to Ecuador. Shane says, Infantino must feel embarrassed, never mind anything else. And Michael says, Qatar are the weakest host nation to host a World Cup tournament since South Africa 2010, who failed to qualify from their group. And Gerard says, hopefully that doesn't cause Ecuador chances in the game. And Seamus says, Qatar are painful to watch. They are. Someone said they are the first host nation to have never played in a World Cup before since Italy in 1934 or 1938 or something like that. So basically, and obviously that was at the very start of when the World Cup kind of started back in the 30s. So basically they're the first ever team not to be at a World Cup before that are hosting. This is huge though. It really is. I mean, to have such a massive talking point within the first 3 minutes of the first game of the World Cup is just crazy. It really is. It's absolutely crazy. Joe says, I'm lumping €100 on Qatar to win the World Cup. Come on, ref, will you? And talk to the whole fucking team here. Let them take the corner. Corner's swung in now. Oh, it's a deep one, but it's cleared at the near post. Good defending there. But Ecuador really putting the pressure on. Let me give you the breakdown as well, guys, of the games that I am going to be doing. Well, obviously, I'm going to try and do all of these games. So, over the next few days... So... Am I doing one tomorrow? I don't think so. Let me see. Let's see. Monday. Who have we got tomorrow? Wales and England. We'll do Wales and England tomorrow night. Sorry, not Wales and England. Wales and USA tomorrow night. And then we're going to be doing France and Australia on Tuesday. We'll do no game on Wednesday. I'm going to take a break on Wednesday. And then we're doing Brazil-Serbia on Thursday. England-USA on Friday. Argentina and Mexico on Saturday, and Spain and Germany on Sunday. And then the following Monday, Brazil, Switzerland, and then the next day, Tuesday, is Wales and England. So loads of watch-alongs coming up over the next week or two. So make sure you're hitting the follow button, guys, if you're watching on TikTok, and hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Oshin says, I just heard Piers Morgan has lined up an interview with the VAR referee. Let's see. I won't be showing the game, guys. I'm just doing a watch along. I'm afraid can't show the game live due to copyright. VAR just explained offside, but was 2 players of Qatar near the goal line. Fix. Yeah, it was. It was so obvious to see. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. Here's Ecuador coming out. Oh, lovely little slip ball in. If he can get onto it, goes around the keeper. Oh, and he gets taken down. And it's a penalty. Penalty to Ecuador. Now, there we go. Now, if we're talking match fixing, referee waves that off. So, yeah, penalty to Ecuador. Ecuador all over Qatar here. I have to say, they really are all over Qatar. And a lovely ball played through. And you'd nearly be saying to him, hit it first time, but he doesn't. Takes it around the goalkeeper. Keeper just comes out and just hits him right on the knee. It's a stonewall penalty. And Ecuador have another chance to go 1-0 up here. And again, the penalty is going to be taken by Valencia, who has his goal ruled out already. So he has a chance here now to right the wrong. Pressure. Big pressure. Former Premier League player. Steps up, whistle blown. Here we go. Ah, cool as you like. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And it's 1-0 to Ecuador. And it's Ener Valencia gets the goal. And, you know, you'd have to say rightly so, given the fact that the first one was ruled out for nothing, basically. Brilliant penalty. Nice and slow run up, just a little jog, lets the keeper do his movement and just slots it the opposite direction. Qatar are atrocious. They really, really are. They're so bad. Like, who else have they got in the group? Holland and Senegal. The Dutch will put, Midges man says it, Holland will put 10 past them. You'd have to say. Mario says his knee was offside, said BBC. Jesus, I mean, they showed the replay there and it didn't look anything like offside. But, look, we'll get a look at it again at half-time, I'm sure. But Ecuador go 1-0 up. Ener Valencia gets the first goal of the 2022 World Cup. Great to see so many people in, guys. Keep smashing the like button for me if you haven't already done so. Keep tapping the screen on TikTok. And like I said, if you do want the full experience, we're live over on YouTube as well. We've got the scoreboard, the timer, all of that good stuff on the screen over here, so you can follow along. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and get into the chat. Michael says, you will be keeping a special eye on Manchester United players in this tournament and how they're doing. Yeah, absolutely. And someone said it to me earlier on. Be great to see Brazil win it. You know, given the fact that is there 3 players United have? 4 if you include Alex Telles, who's on loan at the moment. I think he's on loan, actually. I don't think he got sold. But, yeah, so someone said it to me, and I said, yeah, it'd be great to see him win for the United players to lift the World Cup. But on the flip side of that, then, I was also thinking, I'd love every United player not to get out of the group stage, just so they come back to United fresh, you know, and not have a load of games under their belt. So, but yeah, look, You'd like to see him do well, of course. Oshin said they had the lines up there, and I think it was his right kneecap was off. Okay. They're just saying on the commentary here that Ecuador have kept 6 consecutive clean sheets. So going 1-0 up like this, you would expect Qatar to really struggle now, and the bet is down the drain. But you would hope that Qatar can at least stay in the game. Oh, Ecuador are in again, down the left. Little chip in. Oh, and there's a heavy challenge there. And there's an offside, I think. But the goalkeeper and the Ecuadorian attacker have a heavy clash together, and both players stay down here. Yeah, the offside is correct there. Now let's have a fruit pastille. A stupendous confectionery. Kai says, why is everyone going in on Ronaldo? Because he's an Egypt and he went and done an interview with the devil. That's why. And if you don't know who Piers Morgan is, just Google what he's done as a journalist down through the years. It's disgraceful. The phone hacking scandals and tapping people's phone and absolute disgrace. He's an arsehole. Here's Ecuador coming again, but Qatar clear the lines. Kai says his class shows that's why he's above everybody at the club. No, but he's not above everybody at the club. That's the problem. And that's the issue that people are having here. Are you a United fan or a Ronaldo fan? If you're a United fan, then nobody is bigger than the club. But if you're a Ronaldo fan, then you have no right to comment on another club's issues. Well, you have it. You can comment all you want, but no one will take it seriously. Oshin said, I just noticed the new backdrop. It looks great. Yeah, so this is the new World Cup studio, guys. If anybody on TikTok wants to head over to YouTube, you can see it. We've got the desk down the front here. Now, I usually do have the starting 11 on the pitch here, but I couldn't get the PNG pictures of the Qatari players to put them up on the screen. So, but I'll do that as the games go on. We'll get the starting lineups on the screen and things like that. But yeah, we've got the scoreboard and the timer, so I'm delighted with how it turned out now, I have to say. Another free now for Ecuador into the box. Good header away by Qatar. But Ecuador are keeping so much pressure on Qatar here. Another ball into the box to the back post, headed back, but Qatar are going to clear their lines here. They just booted clear, and there was a perfect little pass to the right full. They're so poor. Michael says, who would you prefer to see win a major trophy, Republic of Ireland or Manchester United? Well, I would have to say Republic of Ireland, because I love my country and I love where I'm from and I love Ireland. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. But United will win trophies again, absolutely. But Ireland have never won a trophy, so I would have to say Ireland. Imagine Ireland winning the World Cup. I mean, Jesus Christ. The amount of Guinness that'd be drank would just be unbelievable. We'd be drunk for a month after it, so we would. Midges Man says, true, its fans know nobody is bigger than the club. Yep, absolutely. Tommy says, fruit pastilles is always a W. They're unbelievable. Unbelievable. I do like the jelly tot as well. Lisa says, this commentary is awful. I can't watch anymore. I hope England not like this. My commentary or the BBC commentary? If it's my commentary, that's okay. You can just go to the next one. But Guinness says, how about Liverpool or Rangers in the European Cup final? I would prefer Rangers win the Champions League than Liverpool. So I would. Because I don't give a shit about Scottish football, really. Yeah, I support Celtic. Everyone in Ireland supports Celtic. All of that. But let's see. Michael says, when Roy Keane criticised Manchester United supporters, he thought he was beyond criticism and was quickly shown the door at Manchester United. Well, there you go. But the difference between Roy Keane and Ronaldo is that Roy Keane done an interview with the Manchester United channel. He didn't go outside of the club to someone like Piers Morgan and do an interview. So, you know, that's why I think Ronaldo was so wrong. Sue says, who wins the World Cup? I'm going with Brazil. Do you miss Salah not being at the World Cup? Nope. I don't. Ryan says, Qatar can't seem to have possession. Yeah, they're very poor. They're very poor. Dale says, not a bad shout with them sweets. Yeah. Sully says, jelly tots are so underrated. They are. Oshin says, don't want open old wounds, but Ireland had a great chance in 2002. Oh, Oshin, dagger to me heart. We could have easily we should have got to a quarter final, at least. You know, even with Roy Keane not being there. I mean, that Spain team in 2002 was so poor. And the way we lost the penalty shootout as well, with the winning goal going through Shea Given's legs when he dived. Yeah, you would be thinking that we could have easily got to a semi-final. Lisa says, BBC. Thank God, Lisa. Well, we'll be here for all of them, so you can just tune in here. So you can. Cooper is in. Good to see you, pal. Dale says, and he was only talking about a certain game Roy was. Yeah, absolutely. Sully says, Italian 90. Was 2002 the time Roy Keane walked out? It was. Yeah, it was. Guinness says, what a terrible decision. Corrupt. Yeah, someone in the chat was saying that they seen it back, and someone on BBC was saying that his kneecap was offside or something. I don't know. I didn't see that from the original replay, but I'm sure we'll get a look at it again at half time. Sam says, I reckon Portugal will win. They have a strong team. Midges Man says, when Ireland beat Italy 1-0, I was screaming. In 2016, I was at that game. So I was in Lille. Robbie Brady with the header. Myself and my friend were at it, and we ended up 4 rows down when he scored. It was just bedlam. Way! Brilliant, boy. Brilliant, so it was. Now, I feel like if we're in the same scenario as Ronaldo, I do the same thing. As much as I love the club, says Ryan. Oshin says, need to stop calling it an interview. It was a scripted drama, not one hard-hitting question. Yeah, spot on, Oshin. Cooper says, who do you think will win this game? Ecuador are going to walk it, I think. Oshin says, Roy Keane was sent home. Cooper says, I'd say Qatar. Sully says, did you see the Fair Green is getting the 4G? Yeah, I did. It's all dug up. I think all of the grass has gone out of it. But they're saying, is it 8 weeks it's going to take to get it done? Sully, I don't know who you are. Will you put your name in the chat, because with usernames, I don't know which Sully I'm talking to here. Just let me know. Put your name in the chat. Like with usernames and all that, it's hard for me to know who's who. Hope Brazil win. I got them in the work draw, 100 quid on the line. Yeah, you have a good shout with Brazil, Dale. Absolutely. Midges Man says Ireland's best chance of success was with Charlton. Yeah, we got to a quarter final in 1990. Scalacci knocked us out by 1-0. Certified Cutie says, stop eating. I'll do whatever the fuck I want in my stream. If you don't like it, use your thumb to scroll to the next one. Yeah, I mean, Qatar are so poor. They're really poor here. I'd be surprised if they score a goal in this whole World Cup, to be quite honest with you. So someone has reported this stream for some reason. I don't know why anyone would report this stream. That's strange. I don't know why someone would report this video. Ah. It hasn't been reported. It's just an arsehole. Oh, there we go. All blocked. It's a fake page, says Owen. Yep. Spotted that, guys. I appreciate the help. Absolute legends. Liam, thanks for the gift on TikTok. Really appreciate it. Sully says, Finton. Oh, Paul is your father. Ah, yeah, I know your dad well. Yeah. Good to see you, Finton. Good to know your first name, pal. Cooper says, I got a problem. I'm going to be going to school this week and missing out on the World Cup. Ah, there's games in the evening. I'm not sure what time. What times? What's the word I'm looking for? What time zone you're in? But there's games throughout most days. You know, early afternoon, evening. Ecuador coming again here now, and I mean Qatar are just 11 men behind the ball as much as possible. Crossed into the box and a header. Oh, what a beautiful goal! And Ener Valencia is after scoring again, and this man has scored 3 goals in this game, and obviously it's only 2-0 with the first one being disallowed, but that was an absolute bullet of a header. What a goal. What a great goal. And you will not be chalking that one off. I can guarantee you that. Ecuador have been absolutely battering Qatar here. They really have. And the Qatari supported big wigs have their hands, or their head in their hands. And so the ball comes out to the right hand side. Played back to the right full. Gets a beautiful ball in. Oh, he could be offside here. That was very close. But it's an absolute bullet of a header. Oh, he gets great power behind it, and the keeper hasn't got a chance. He's kind of coming around the back of the ball. And it kind of hit his head and then his shoulder maybe. But the keeper has no chance. Nearly side netting with the header from such a tight kind of angle to the back post. An absolute savage goal. And of course VAR are going to look at it here. But no, it's been given. It's 2-0. 2-0 to Ecuador, and Ecuador destroying Qatar here. Absolutely destroying them. And if Ecuador are doing this to Qatar, imagine what Senegal and Netherlands are going to do. Like, let's have a look at it here. With Netherlands in particular. Let's look at their matches. Yeah, Netherlands have got Qatar in their last group game. They could literally put out a third string team against this Qatar side and get a result. They really could, you know. So, yeah, it's a great header, 2-0. Valencia golden boot, says Midges Man. Taffy says, can't see Qatar scoring in this game in open play. Taffy, to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to score in the whole World Cup. I really don't. I mean, Senegal are good. They won the African Cup of Nations. We see what Ecuador are doing to them here. And, I mean, the Dutch, you know what I mean? I don't think Qatar are going to score in this World Cup at all. Oshin says, sign that lad up. Leonardo says, Valencia again, that fella is crazy. Yeah. John says, savage goal. I never seen the goal, says Cooper. Mark says, Ecuador dark horses for this World Cup. There we go. Oshin says, the man could win the golden boot in this game alone. Twig says, what's your favourite drink for the World Cup? My favourite drink? I don't really have a favourite drink. I just drink water or Guinness. And I haven't got a Guinness keg here, so... Another free kick to Ecuador now. Very similar to the goal that was disallowed. Put the ball in. Headed back across. Qatar come away with it. I mean, they're literally just lumping the ball along. I don't think they've got out their own half with a series of passes. They're so bad. So bad. Let me just see. Sorry, guys. I just need to write down a couple of things here. 32. So that is 104. And sorry, no, guys. Bear with me for 1 second. 16. So that's 19 minutes ago. 12, so that'd be 48. Now, let's see what people are saying here. Michael says some of these World Cup matches start at 10 a.m, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock UK time. It will be difficult to watch the early morning and afternoon matches. Yep. Oshin said Van Gaal is just mad enough to play a third choice team against them. He is. Cooper says, are you going to be having the halftime potatoes? Yeah, I think I'll have a packet of potatoes for halftime. I think I will. But I will say, I'm not going to have potatoes at halftime at every game because, Jesus, I need to get out running again. Leonardo says, a sorry soccer team. Michael says, if clubs are looking at the transfer window, this tournament is a showcase for football clubs to bring in players in January if they impress in this tournament. Yeah, I do agree with you there, Michael. There has been a lot of cases down through the years, though, where, you know, players have got big moves on the back of a good World Cup and only a good World Cup, you know, and it then hasn't worked out for them. So... But yeah, I know where you're coming from. You know, a lot of players are going to want to impress if they are looking for big moves. Let's see what people are saying on TikTok. Kurdistan says that was offside, but maybe it's a compensation for the first goal. Maybe. Valencia is good, says Sonorous. Qatar is so bad, says Big John. They are. Sue says, before the match, someone said that Qatar were dark horses. Qatar is the Asian champions, but now they're playing badly. Man United for life. But, yeah, and James is one example, says Riki. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody hear the reports of Tony Marshall, Anthony Martial, having a bust up on the training ground with a youngster? So for any United fans in the group chat, Anthony Martial has been involved in a training ground bust up with a youth team player, Dan Gore, who clattered him with a robust tackle. The pair squared off and had to be pulled apart. Eric Ten Hag paused training. Oh, there we go. It's alleged that Martial lashed out and caught the teenager who was said to have stood his ground against Martial. Martial is believed to have apologised to the youngster, and Gore was happy to make the peace. I have no problem with that, to be quite honest with you. I really don't. No issues there. You know, it's happened plenty of times with me. You know, not me. It's happened to me a couple of times down through the years of playing. You know, but with teammates as well, where, you know, a heavy tackle goes in training, but, you know, you make up after it, and you move on. But I like to see a bit of fight and a bit of intensity like that. Oshin says, what's the score? So it's 2-0 to Ecuador. If you want to watch the full experience, Oshin, or anyone else on TikTok, we're live on YouTube as well. We've got the timer, the scoreboard, all of that good stuff. Link is on my homepage, or you can just search United Community Channel on YouTube. We're live over there as well with the full experience. Sonner says, Benzema out. He is. You'd feel sorry for any player being out of the World Cup so close, especially like that. You know, I mean, and I was watching the clip of Benzema in training, and he's just kind of going through some poles with a ball, and all of a sudden he just pulls up with his thigh or his groin, or you'd feel sorry for a player, you really would. Qatar really struggling here. They really are. So the Qatari fans are doing the Icelandic clap. Not with the same intensity, it has to be said. Sue says Uruguay are looking really good. They certainly do have a good squad. But translating that into good victories, good results, is another thing. Oh, Qatar are getting in down the left-hand side here for the first time. Ecuador get numbers back, and it's very easy to take the ball off them. Oshin said that shot kind of sums up the whole World Cup. Not one woman to be seen in that crowd. Yeah, it is. It's a pity. Because what are we used to seeing? And over the last few World Cups, there's been, and this is true, by the way, there has been a cameraman whose only job at the World Cup is to scan the crowd looking for women on the camera. That's his only job. I was reading an article about it. It's true. We're not going to get that at this World Cup. So we're not. Last born. You don't come onto my channel and ask for followers. Goodbye. Kurdistan says, what? There's lots of women there and no drunk tards. Maybe so. I don't know. I haven't seen any, but and you would obviously you do have to respect the local tradition. And oh, that looks like a nasty one. Oh, that looks like a nasty one. He's gone down holding his knee. So he throws his leg in around to try and get a toe on the ball, and his foot hits the ground, and the other player's momentum takes it into the side of his knee, and it kind of, his knee just buckles under it. Them ones always look nasty. They really do. All the Qatari fans are in high spirits regardless of the result here. Tech is in, says, hey bro, how are you after a long time? Good to see you, pal. Thanks for joining us. You're more than welcome again. Cooper says Qatar will come back, I feel it. I don't know, Cooper. I really don't know. I don't think so. Dino says there's women on the Ecuador side. Maybe so. Maybe so. Nah, there's plenty of women scattered throughout the whole thing. I mean, you know, there is. You can see plenty of them there. You'd feel sorry for him now. He's limping off. And it's the goal scorer, Ener Valencia. And you would hope, obviously, there's not damage done. Hopefully he can run it off. He's going to try and run it off here anyway, I think. But yeah, we're closing in on half time here, guys. Just under 60 seconds of normal time. And then whatever the referee decides to add on. But it's been all Ecuador first half. Really has. Qatar have barely got out of their own half, you would have to say. They're so poor. They're so poor, you'd have to say. But Ecuador have been good as well, I have to say. They have been good. Who's your dark horse for the World Cup this year, mate? Dark horse to win the World Cup. I don't know if there's ever really a dark horse to win it, but a dark horse to go far in the tournament. I think Uruguay could go far. I think Denmark could probably be a big surprise. Wales, I think. I think Wales could do okay. You know, obviously Bale is still there. You'd be expecting this to be his last tournament. Maybe Ramsey as well. They haven't got a bad squad. They always play well at the major tournaments when they do get there. So maybe Wales. Midges Man says that's not a great injury. No, it's not. It doesn't look good when you see a lad's knee buckling like that. Now he's jogging around. I would say if he had got a hat-trick in that first half, he would have said to the manager, "Get me off here, quick as you can. This game is done and dusted." You know, but as any striker would like to do when you're on 2 goals, especially at the World Cup, to get a hat-trick in a World Cup, you know. Midges Man says Ecuador have impressed me. They look really good. They do. Now, they're not up against the greatest of opposition either. So, but they have been good. I have to say they have been good. But Qatar are doing okay now. They're keeping a bit of possession, finally. Again, they're keeping it in their own half and maybe just inside the Ecuador half. But they're just keeping possession a little bit more now. And I mean, after 3 minutes, we were all saying, it's going to be a fix. It's going to be a fix. But Ecuador kept their cool. They really did. Kurdistan says Ecuador seem to be physically superior. Yeah, they do. They do. They look fitter as well. Mentality says, I thought Qatar would win. Would be 3-0 if Ecuador's goal wasn't offside. And Dino says, who do you think would be top goal scorer? I have a feeling Harry Kane is going to be top goal scorer. I do. England have a kind of a group where you can play against teams. They're playing against teams that you could potentially score a lot of goals against. Let's see. Don't forget Joe Allen too, says Oshin. Joe Allen, bye. Good old Joe. But yeah, 5 minutes of added time here, guys. So we have about 2 minutes to go. Just over 2 minutes to go before half time. Mentality says you can watch the World Cup games for free, which is good. It is. It's brilliant. It really is. Riki says England find it hard to score against anyone of late, especially weaker teams. But yeah. Make sure you keep smashing the like button for us as well, guys. We're nearly at 5,000 likes on TikTok. Let's try get it up to 10,000. Keep tapping that screen. Gets more people into the chat. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the follow button as well. We broke 20,000 followers the other day, which I'm delighted about. And thanks to everybody who has followed. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs for the World Cup. Daily content. So make sure you hit the follow button so you don't miss out. And like I said, if you do want the full experience, we're live over on YouTube as well. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel. And you'll get the scoreboard and the timer and all of that good stuff on the screen as well. So go check it out too. James says Stephen Hendry is managing Qatar. Have a look at him the next time. I will. I will. Mentality says, I'm watching the match on split screen while watching you. I appreciate it, pal. I appreciate it. Ben is in. Good to see you, Ben. How are we all doing? Good, pal. Ushin said, read some reports that United could go in for Kane. Pure paper talk with transfer window coming up, but thoughts on Kane at United? Look, I wouldn't be against Kane at United. He would score goals. He would score goals. He's a world-class striker. But oh, you should have scored. Qatar should have scored right at half-time. Lovely little work. It's lovely work out of Qatar. Oh, that is Stephen Hendry. So there's half-time. So lovely work out of Qatar down the right-hand side. And it's a first-time cross. Oh, and he's on the 6-yard box on his own. All he has to do is hit the target. And he just heads it down into the ground and heads it wide at a far post. Oh, it would have been 2-1. A lovely goal. It would have been a lovely goal, but he's unlucky. He's unlucky. So anyway, half-time, 2-0. Anyway, let me get back. Give me 1 second. It's time for half-time potatoes. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Now, here we go. Half-time potatoes. For anyone who doesn't know, a staple of the United Community Channel. Absolutely delish. Absolutely delish. Oh yeah, I have to stop the timer. Cheers, guys. So yeah, on to Harry Kane to United. Look, obviously it's rumours. But I mean, I would take Harry Kane in a heartbeat, absolutely. However, if you gave me the option of Harry Kane or a younger player like Osman or Nkunku or someone like that, I would go with the younger player because that's the kind of profile of player we're looking to sign. You know, obviously Harry Kane is a fantastic footballer. And he would score goals for Man United. But long term, I mean, Kane is the wrong side of 30 at the moment. So, but I would like him at United. I would prefer to go for a younger, kind of up-and-coming player that we could get a bit more longevity out of. But yeah, I mean, score, guys. Scores 2-0 to Ecuador. If you want to follow along with us, they're showing the offside goal here now. Let me just check. Offside, where? Ah. Yeah, so that's very harsh. Now, Yeah, I mean, so the ball is punched onto the head of the Ecuadorian player, and the guy that's just ahead of him, he is in an offside position. His right leg is in an offside position, but the ball bounces, and then hits another player, or another player touches it before it gets to the offside player. And they're saying it here on the panel here, Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker, they're saying there's no feedback coming back from VAR, and we're left in the dark over what's actually going on. And they're saying we should be able to hear what's going on. You know what I mean? So, but Ben says, first time I'm not bothered whether you finish them or not. Exactly. We'll be finishing them once the United games start again. But, I mean, Ecuador have annihilated Qatar in this first half. They really have. And, like we were saying, I mean, you would think Qatar will struggle to score a goal in this whole World Cup. All right, Matt. But, yeah, I mean, there could be, you know, we're talking about strikers, you know, maybe obviously United looking for a striker and who we go for. There could be a striker that comes out of this World Cup that comes out of nowhere that we don't know of at the moment. It happens every World Cup. These players just, you know, appear onto the global stage and all of a sudden everybody wants them. You know? I'm really enjoying these tales, to be quite honest. But, guys, if you're watching on TikTok and you want to follow the second half with us on YouTube, we've got the scoreboard and the timer, all of that good stuff on the screen. Head over to the YouTube channel. We're live there as well. Link is on my homepage, or just hit United Community Channel in YouTube. You'll find us. Go over and hit the subscribe button. We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers as well. Oisin says, I have to help the wife get the tree down from the attic. It's always up for the Thai show, but the World Cup is on. It's so surreal. Yeah, it is so surreal. But, in a way, I think it's going to be kind of cool. You know, watching World Cup games. And then once they're over, watching Die Hard or something like that. A real Christmas movie. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, right, let's settle the debate now, because me and my wife have this debate. Let me finish these tales. Me and my wife have this debate every year, and I want you to settle it in the chat here now, and I will go back and show her later. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie, or is it not a Christmas movie? Let me know. Yes, it is, or no, it's not. Twig says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Ben says definitely it is. 100% a Christmas movie, says Oisin. And Die Hard, yeah, Die Hard 2 as well. I think Die Hard 2 is nearly better than Die Hard 1. In the airport. Brilliant. Cara says, yeah, it is. Die Hard is a perfect Xmas movie. Football Edit says no. Tommy says no. John says 100% yes. Lads, when Die Hard comes on the telly in December, for me, I just go, it's Christmas now, you know, it's Christmas. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell. Fuck you. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Deadly, boy. Mentality says, this is not football related, but the one thing we can agree on is that baseball is cricket from Wish. I actually prefer baseball to cricket, if I'm being honest. I was at the Dodgers play in 2009 in Los Angeles. I like baseball. 100% a Christmas movie. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to watch Die Hard tonight. What day is it today? Or should I leave it till December? I think I'll watch it tonight. Fuck it. But, yeah, I enjoyed them potatoes now, I have to say. But, yeah, second half coming up, guys. And look, we're going to have these games throughout the World Cup when we're doing watch-alongs, when you're going, oh, Jesus, you'd nearly want to end it now because we know Qatar are not going to win this game, you know, but that's what we're here for. But yeah, thoughts on the first goal being disallowed for offside. I can understand why it was given for offside, I can. But you could also say it was a bit harsh. But what they were saying there, and I agree with them, we should be hearing feedback from VAR to the referees so we understand why a decision has been given. You know. But yeah, Die Hard, definitely a Christmas movie. It's probably not just a Christmas movie, it's probably the greatest Christmas movie of all time. Right. Let's do a sticker pack opening. A number between 1 and 20 there. First person to put a number in, I'll go with that number. 1 and 20. Twigs is there first. He says number 1. Alright, there we go. Off the top. Hand is all oily now after eating the packet of potatoes. I'll pack an unbelievable player here now and just smudge it all up. Right. A French goalkeeper, Maignan, to start. Ecuadorian player next. Sarmiento. Oh, we've got a Manchester United player. I think this is our first Manchester United player. Oh no, we got Fred already. So our second Manchester United player, and a good one, from Denmark. The one and only Christian Eriksen. Happy days. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that player's name because I will just not get it right. So I do apologise. And we have the Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku to finish. Not a bad pack. Not a bad pack at all. I'm starting to get duplicates now on some of the stickers as well. So I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me in the chat what's the best way of trading the. Is there a place where you can trade these stickers for ones you don't have and things like that? I don't know. Maybe you can let me know. People want fairness in football, and when technology delivers, means people complain they're too accurate. Midges Man says Grealish and Madison and Foden have potential to be the new Gaza, but they need the freedom. Yeah, absolutely. Mentality says I got a 300 page booklet with all of the players I've collected from the World Cup. And I have a 600 page booklet of all Premier League players I've collected. Very good. Very good. Do you think that the mood will change if Qatar go out? Can't see it being like 2010 when South Africa got behind it. Well, that remains to be seen. We just don't know, really. I hope they do get behind it, and I hope they don't get, throw the ties out of the pram just because they're no longer in it. But yeah. Thoughts on that offside, says Ansel. Yeah, look, it was a harsh one, but it was offside technically. So I can understand why it's been given as offside, but if it was me, you wouldn't be too happy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I think we could see with Ecuador that even when they did have the first goal ruled out, they kind of didn't panic. I think they just kind of said, look, we've got this, don't worry, we'll be grand. And they were, they went out and got another goal pretty quickly after it, and then obviously the second one as well. So yeah, I don't think there was ever going to be much debate on who was going to come out here with a win, really. Even though, I backed Qatar, given the whole scenario around people saying, they might unfavourably get a win. But anyway. Montari, good to see you. Thanks for joining us, pal. Brian says Qatar like a National League team. They're terrible. They are. So, they've just mentioned it on the commentary here that the England team will take the knee tomorrow before kick-off, which you would have to say is, a positive statement. Obviously, I don't know the majority of the politics behind it. I know what it's for. Obviously, a stand against racism, which we all agree with. But it certainly is a big statement, given where they are in the world. Absolutely. And it's good to see. Oshin said you should do a live swap show, yourself and a few other United guys, and do a round table. It'd be great content. The problem is I don't know anybody else that does the stickers. So, but we're off, guys, for the second half. No changes. And obviously Ecuador 2-0 up. Midges, man, thanks for joining. We'll see you the next time, pal. Appreciate it. Ansel says, do you think Canada has any chance to make the top two? Who are they in with? Let me have a check here. Oh, Canada. Let's have a look here. Canada, Belgium, Croatia, Morocco. It'll be tough. It'll be tough. I think if they are going to get out of the group, Canada will need Croatia and Belgium to have a poor group stage. Obviously, they would be the two favourites. So it will be tough for Canada. But look, there's been bigger shocks that have been had at the World Cup, absolutely. So I wouldn't be writing them off. No way. Now, let's see. Did you see Ben, the YouTuber, is going to all 64 matches? Fuck. He must be earning some good money off of YouTube. Ben says, no, can't see Canada getting out of that group. I mean, look. There's always upsets. There's always upsets. I don't... Can I see that being one of them? Probably not, but... Look, you never know. You never know. That's not a free, ref. Ecuador are hunting in packs here, you'd have to say, and Qatar are struggling to keep up with the pace of it. So the commentator is Dion Dublin here. He's the second commentator, like the secondary commentator. I like Dion Dublin, but as a commentator, I don't know. Chris is in. Good to see you, pal. Let's go. Mick, I'm not even reading out your comment because you know what you're doing there. Scottish lad says he's not a commentator. Nah, he's not a good he's not a good one anyway. Chris says, can we get rid of the Ronaldo sticker? You leave that with me, Chris. I'll get on it as soon as this chat is over. Don't you worry. I think Ireland are playing today in a friendly as well. Good old Ireland, boy. Friendlies. Let me see. Who are we playing? Malta at 7 o'clock. I will not be doing a watch along for that. Who'll win? I mean, if Ireland can't beat Malta, then we may just pack up and go home. You know what I mean? Sue said it would be class if Ireland was in the World Cup. It would be, because I'd be there. That's why it would be class. Did you see the news of a dust-up with Martial on one of the youth squad? Yeah, we were just talking about it, Chris, a few minutes ago. They both apologised to each other though and made peace, and it's all good. I was just saying it's something that I like seeing. You know, good. It means that lads in training are busting their arse, you know what I mean? And they're wanting to get ahead and stuff like that. So I have no issue with it. You know, as long as they made up at the end, that's the main thing. Scottish lad says Ecuador look like a strong physical team. They do. Here they come now down the left hand side. Squares it to the edge of the box, just a bit short, and Qatar can come away with it here. Chris, you can tell me, right? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Chris says, going to the YouTube stream. Who's coming with me? Let's go. That's it. Over to YouTube. Anyone wants to watch the YouTube channel, guys? Like I said, we're live over there as well. Link is on the homepage. Scoreboard. The timer is there as well. We've got the ticker tape at the bottom. All of the good stuff. If you want to go to the YouTube channel, United Community Channel, or click the link on my homepage, you can head over there and hit the subscribe button. Ecuador coming down the left-hand side here again. Just a bit overhit, and Qatar can sweep up behind. Oh, that was a scandalous strike. Let's try and keep the political comments to a minimum in the chat, guys, about corruption and, you know, this is a football channel. You know, not a political channel. So let's keep it about football. Let's keep it about football. Qatar's better or worse than a second division side? Oh, God. They're not good. They're not good. They really aren't. And these are the Asian champions. They're champions of Asia, I think. So, I don't know. Chris says Die Hard is like the number 1 or 2 Xmas movie. It is. Absolutely. Mentality says, I bought England's away shirt and boots just for us to bring it home. Are you bringing it home? Is it coming home? That usual bullshit. I think you'll do well. I don't think you'll win it though. Oh, lovely ball into the box and it goes through everybody and goes out for a throw on the far side. Chris says, I got a boatload of potatoes, original ones. My man. My man. Michael says, Die Hard is definitely not a Christmas film, lad. No way. Oh, come on, Michael. It's definitely a Christmas film. It's beginning to look a lot like Die Hard. Love Die Hard around Christmas time. So I do. Anyone play the new Warzone, guys? I've played it a few times. Highest finish is 17th in it. I need to get the hours in. Haven't played it since the start of lockdown. So yeah, maybe 2 years. I do love it though. Michael says I'm shit at CF is in the game right now. Good to see, pal. But yeah, I finished 17th in a solos. The proximity chat in it is just, it's just a game changer. It's a game changer. Ben says, do a Die Hard watch along. That would be good. That would be good. We'd all have to click play at the same time on the same thing though. That's the only thing. But, Ecuador win. Lovely slip ball in down the left-hand side. Cuts back onto his right. And a good save by the goalkeeper. Qatar cleared their lines. Good play by Ecuador there. And they're coming here again. Valencia's on the ball. He's been very good, you have to say. Oh, does really well to win a throw. Good player, so he is. Lewis has 3 wins. You must be good at it, so Lewis. Michael says, do you reckon the map is too big for playing solos? It can be. It's just there's a lot of looting that you have to do then. You know, you're just going around looting. But in saying that though as well, there's pros and cons to it. Because if you've got all solos in the game, they're all in different areas. Whereas if you have quads, all 4 of the quads tend to be in the same location throughout the whole game. So there's pros and cons to it. But yeah, the proximity chat is absolute gold. So it is. It's absolute gold. I'm going to do a couple of live Call of Duty streams over the next few weeks as well. Obviously, we're doing the FIFA career mode. Now, as everyone knows, I do prefer Call of Duty to FIFA. But obviously, this is a footballing channel, so we have to get the FIFA career mode in. But I'll definitely be doing more Call of Duty streams as well. Lewis says we should play a game together. We certainly can. Cooper, I see you there. Good to see you, pal. Ultimate Xmas flick. Die Hard or Love Actually? Die Hard all the way, man. Die Hard. Love Die Hard. Good to see you, Daniel. What a header. Chris says, which Call of Duty should I start with? I would just start with this one, Chris. I mean, you can download Warzone for free and play Warzone. You know, now if you want to play Team Deathmatch and Search and Destroy and all of them other multiplayer games, you have to buy the game for, it's €80, so I'm not sure how much it would be in America. But start with Warzone, it's free. And that's where the majority of people are playing at the moment, is Warzone. So yeah, I would download that, man. Make sure you do have enough space on your PS5 or your PC or wherever you're doing it, because it is a big download. You should do a series of testing every World Cup kit, first, second and third. Well, my favourite World Cup kits are the 2002 Brazil World Cup kit, or the Italian kit when they won the World Cup in, was it 78? I think. Remember when your man scored a goal and he went off like that? That kit. That's my favourite kit. I just realised what I'd done on stream there. But yeah, that's my favourite kit. Do you have Modern Warfare 2.0? I do. I certainly do. Michael says, I love the multiplayer. This game, though, they have made multiplayer fun again. They have. They have. That's all the newbies scared of Jack, says Ben. Netherlands orange kit with Ruud Gullit and Frank Rijkaard, says Chris. Yeah, that was a sweet kit as well. Really was. Most iconic moment in the World Cup. Well, you could say, for me, as an Ireland fan, we don't have that many of them. But you would have to say, I'll do an Ireland one and then a general one. An Ireland one for me is either Paddy Bonner's save against, who were we playing? Colombia, was it? In the quarterfinals? The penalty save by Paddy Bonner, and then subsequently David O'Leary scoring the winning penalty, or Robbie Keane's goal against Germany in the 2002 World Cup, where Niall Quinn gets up and nods it down. Here's Robbie Keane! Yes! And I remember they done, the game was on RTE, which, for anyone who's not from Ireland, is an Irish broadcaster, and they done a montage at the end of the game. Romania, sorry, that's who it was. Sorry, I've seen the yellow kits here of Ecuador, and it confused me. So yeah, but RTE done a montage right after the game, and I tried to find it for so long on YouTube, but it was never done again. No one had it, or no one uploaded on YouTube. But you know the way they do a montage at the end of the broadcast, where they show highlights of the game with a song in the background, and the song was Oasis, Wonderwall. And it was like, I said, maybe, here's Robbie Keane. Yes, you're gonna be the one that saves me. And it was just unbelievable. Lump in the throat, tear to the eye. So yeah, that was probably my best memory of the World Cup with Ireland. So yeah. But in general, the best moment in the World Cup, there's been so many of them. I mean, I would probably have to say either... No, it is the most iconic moment of the World Cup is, and sorry to all the England fans here, but it's Maradona's second goal in 86. Obviously, he scored the hand of God goal just before it, but his second goal where he literally took it around everyone in the team. I think that's probably the most iconic moment in World Cup history, I would think. But let me know what yours is. Daniel Timothy, I think, took the penalty. Yeah. Mentality says we don't talk about that in England. Well, everyone else talks about it. But yeah, I can understand why. Yeah, this game is just kind of petering through here now, and Ecuador know they have it won. Qatar are not really. They're getting a little bit more possession, but they're not really threatening an awful lot. So yeah. It's getting boring, it is. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. What do you think is the most iconic moment in World Cup history? You know, is it... I mean, it doesn't have to be a goal or it doesn't have to be a final. It could be Zidane's headbutt. It could be, you know, Roberto Baggio missing the penalty in 94 in the final. Whatever it is. There's a lot of iconic moments though. Reggie Miller's dance in 1990 has to be up there. It does. It does. That was a brilliant moment. Chris says top 5 players in World Cups only. Jesus. Right, well, Pele and Maradona. That's 2. Straight away. In goal. In goal. Fuck, in goal. Jesus. I was going to say Oliver Kahn, but I don't think he actually won it. Did he? Maybe he did. Did he win it in 1990, maybe? Did Oliver Kahn ever win the World Cup? Riki says that the Colombia goalkeeper just for that save. Yeah, the Scorpion save. Jesus, this is hard, Chris. You really have to put me on the spot here. So, fuck. I'm trying to think of players here. I mean, there's been so many good ones. In defence. Right, so we have Pele up front and say Maradona in midfield. If we play a 1-2-1, yeah? No? Jesus. Cafu, maybe? Does Cafu go in there as a defender? Maldini, maybe? I tell you what we'll do. I'll play. Obviously, we have a goalkeeper. I haven't got a goalkeeper yet, but we'll go 1-2-1. So Pele up top, Maldini. All right, Maldini at the back. 2 in midfield then is Zidane and Maradona with Pele up front. And in goal, fucking goal, in goal. Jesus, in goal. Jesus, in goal, the goalkeeper is so hard. Goalkeeper is so hard. Can never win the World Cup. Oh, the goalkeeper is so hard. Best goalkeeper in World Cup history. Oh, man. Can never won it, so he can't be in there. I mean, France 98. Who was in it? Barthez? Was it? He's not in it. Buffon, maybe? Didn't he win it in 2006? Dida, yeah, lads are saying Dida there from I go Buffon. I mean, I don't think Buffon is a bad shout, really. So if we go Buffon in the goal, Maldini at the back, Zidane and Maradona in the middle, and Pele up front. I mean, that's a pretty good five-a-side. Pretty good five-a-side. Let me know yours though, guys. Get your all-time World Cup five-a-side team in. Let me know who you go with. Get into the chat there. 5 players only. A goalkeeper, a defender, 2 midfielders, and a striker. It's hard to leave R9 out though, isn't it? I mean, but you look at it as well. Miroslav Klose is the all-time leading scorer in the World Cup. You know what I mean? So it's hard to leave him out as well. So, but you can't leave Pele and Maradona out, I don't think. Lewis says, mine would be R9, Zidane, Garrincha, Maldini and Neuer. Charles, good to see ya. Oshin says, Taffarel in 94 is class. He was class. Yeah, that's a good shout as well. But, yeah, I mean, do you see many goalkeepers win multiple World Cups? Look, I could be completely wrong here. I don't know. Owen says you never seen the 4 outfield players play. So, who cares? That doesn't mean that Pele and Maradona are not good enough to get into the team. It's the greatest team of all time. Fuck's sake. You know, if we were doing that then, like, we could only go back as far as 2002, 1998 with me, because I don't remember the other ones. It's the greatest of all time. You never seen them play. No ball knowledge. Good one, Owen. Good one. Mentality says Brazil winning 7-0 against Ireland in... yeah. Go away, will ya? No, must they have won the World Cup? No, they don't have to have won the World Cup. They don't have to have won the World Cup. Just greatest World Cup players, you know, or the greatest five-a-side team. Kurdistan says Qatar seem to have improved a bit. Now they're just playing born. Yeah, see, Ecuador are just sitting back. They kind of know the game is done. Free kick into the box here now. Oh, goes all the way about Qatar eventually cleared their lines. But yeah, you're right. The game is just kind of petering out a bit here now. And it's getting a bit boring because Ecuador know that the game is won and they can just sit back now, you know. '98 was a good one. You're too young to know the rest. Yeah, I mean, like I was born in 1989, so obviously I don't remember the 1991 and I don't remember the 94 one. But I have some vague memories of the 98 World Cup, but it was the 2002 one. I was 13 or 14 that I remember more than anything else. Ben says, yeah, Lev Yashin in goal, Maldini, Zidane, Rivaldo, and R9 Ronaldo. It's not a bad team either. So it isn't. Not a bad team either. But you don't have Pele or Maradona in there. I'd have Maradona in there ahead of Rivaldo, even though Rivaldo was class. Oh, he gets the old studs down along the Achilles heel. Nothing worse. K. White says, Cesar, Cannavaro, Zidane, Ronaldinho, R9. Yeah, I mean, Ronaldinho was a work of art as well, wasn't he? But then you're looking at, like, Roberto Carlos was unbelievable, and Kaká was unbelievable. Just tough, man. But I'm happy enough with my team. Maldini, Zidane, Maradona, and Pele. So, good opportunity for Ecuador now to get a free kick into the box here. And get the third one and finish the game. I'm sure. Poor cross. Can't beat the first man. But it comes back out to the free kick taker. Good tackle. But Ecuador win the throw. Lewis says, with 5 aside, you want tech ballers like Ronaldinho and Rivaldo. Yeah, I do agree. In tight spaces, boom. But I think Maradona and Zidane would be unbelievable at that. With Pele and then Maldini just sitting behind dictating. Boys go left, boys go right. I think that team would be pretty much unbeatable. I won't lie. Chris says, forward, Pele, Maradona, Seedorf, Maldini and Dino Zoff. Dino Zoff was some goalkeeper as well. Yeah, I forgot Seedorf. He was unbelievable. But again, your argument there would be he never won the World Cup. Didn't he not? Or did he? No, I don't think he did. Taffarel, Carlos, Alberto, Maradona, Socrates and Pele. Not bad either. So it's 2-0, guys, anybody who's wondering. And we have... we're just coming up on 75 minutes, so just over 15 minutes of normal time to play. Qatar getting a little bit more joy in the second half in terms of possession and things like that, because Ecuador are sitting back to basically have the game won here. But if Qatar could get a goal here, it would make the last 15 minutes interesting. And a strike there from Qatar over the bar. Afif. No European team is ready for the World Cup as in winning it. It has to be South American. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Figo has to get a mention. What a player he was. Yeah, he was unbelievable. Scottish lad says, I like Wesley Sneijder in midfield. He was a very good player as well. So, Ener Valencia's gone down again, holding that same knee that he injured in the first half. And he's more than likely going to come off here. Anyway, let's get another sticker pack opened. Get the numbers in. Give me a number between 1 and 10. 3, says Mentality. Right, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Smash a like on the video, guys, and hit the follow button if you're new to the channel. Going to be doing a lot of World Cup watch-alongs throughout the next few weeks, so make sure you don't miss out. And subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, guys. If anybody is watching on TikTok, we are live for all of our watch-alongs on YouTube as well. We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers. So do me a favour, click the link on my homepage, go over to the YouTube channel and hit subscribe for me. We're called United Community Channel over there. So I would really appreciate it if you could help us out on that one as well. Right, so we're going to start off with the national team of Poland. Next up we have a Portuguese player in João Moutinho. Mexico next, Luis Romo. Serbia is next, Darko Lazovic. And last but not least, we have got a Japanese player in Ao Tanaka. Right, we'll do one more. Someone wants to give me a number there. We'll go with the first number that was in the YouTube from Ben. Ben said number 3, right? So we'll go with number 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, lost it. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's see, can we pack someone good this time? I packed Grealish. Yeah, I have Grealish already. I have him twice, actually. I got Mbappe the other day as well, which was good. I have... I don't know. I don't think I have anyone. I have a few. I'll have a look. I'll show you the book now in a minute. Right. We'll do a little bit of a game here for players that we know. Right. We'll start off. We got him only at half time, the Australian player. Right. Quickest to the chat. Let us know. So we have a Uruguayan striker coming up next. Get the name in on the chat as quick as you can. So let's see who's right. Uruguayan striker. Here's Ecuador coming now. Should be 3-0. Oh, he hits it over the bar. Nunez, no. Nunez, no. Nunez, no. Chris. Ding, 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 ding. El Matador. Edison Cavani. Don't know who he is, but we have him already. Don't know who he is. And now, Chris, here's one for you. Oh, I don't know where he plays. Where does he play? In defence? USA? Surname starts with an R? Come on, Chris. Is he in... I think he's in... Oh, no, he's in attack. Sorry. He's an attacker. He's an attacker. Surname begins with an R. I'm waiting. No, sorry, his surname begins with an R. Giovanni Reina. Giovanni Reina. Right, let's do it again. We'll do another one. I'm going to pick a random one this time. And let's see who we can get. Right, this is the last pack because I have to keep some of them for throughout the World Cup. I'm getting low. Here's Ecuador coming now. They're pushing hard for the third one here. Qatar holding them off in fairness. Right. This will test people's knowledge now in the chat, right? So, I'll give you 20 seconds. So, a Korean midfielder, double barrel surname, and the initials are BH. Let's see, can anyone get that now? That's difficult. BH. A Korean midfielder. Anybody? And don't be Googling either. People just mad Googling real quick there. Right, nobody gets it. I've never heard of this guy before either. But it's in Biom Hwang. Right. Going to skip that one because I have him already. We have... Can anybody tell me whose badge that is? Anyone tell me what that badge is? Croatia. We get it early. Chris is in early with the Croatian badge. Right. A Portuguese attacker. Surname begins with G. G for goat. And it's not the goat. Messi doesn't play for Portugal, but you know what I mean. So, a Portuguese attacker, surname beginning with G. We'll see who gets it first. It's not Gomez. It's not Gomez. Everyone frantically Googling it there. No? Okay, nobody. Gonzalo Guedes. Yeah, David got it. David got it just in time. And I don't know who he is. But not a bad pack. Not a bad pack. Let's go through some of the previous ones that I got. And I'll see, can you get any of them? Because this is definitely more exciting than actually watching this game. Brazilian Brazilian attacker, we'll say. Surname begins with an R. Owen says, your mother is behind you. Owen, your mother is on the other side of the camera there waiting for me to finish up. Richarlison. Chelsea is in there first and gets it. Richarlison. Right, we don't know him. Okay, here's one. So a Belgian defender. A Belgian defender, surname beginning with M. M for Owen's mother. Owen, you don't rattle me, my friend. You don't rattle me. I have loads of baby rattlers in the front room. You don't rattle me. I don't have any ball knowledge, sir. How could you rattle me? Anyway, Belgium defender, surname beginning with M. Nobody surprised with that one. Thomas Meunier. Thomas Meunier. German striker, surname beginning with W. This should be an easy enough one. German striker, surname beginning with W. Werner, there we go. User got it first. Oh, everyone is in. That was an easy one. Everyone is getting that one in. Here's, oh, lovely ball. Oh, just a bit long, is it? Going to keep it in? Oh, no, go back. Anyway, right, that was a good one. Everybody got that. Let's see what else we've got here. Right, so we've got a French defender. Surname beginning with K. K, as in Owen's mother's clit. Kunde. No, it's not Kunde. David gets it. And Chris gets it. And Chelsea gets it. Kimpembe. Kimpembe. Right. Brazilian midfielder. Surname beginning with C. Owen, you're gone very quiet there. You can give out the slags. You can't take them, can you? Where are you gone, Owen? Casemiro. No, it's not Casemiro. It is not Casemiro. It is not Casemiro. And it is not Carlos. I don't know if Carlos is a... Hup Ballyragged. Go on the boys. Nobody? What about that guy? Felipe Coutinho. Now, if you're saying he's not a midfielder, you see this pitch and the middle part is coloured in, that means they have him down as a midfielder. So that's what we're going with. Nobody got that. I'm surprised with that one. Now, here we go. And an American, Chris, this one is for you. And an American attacker, surname beginning with P. P, as in Owen's mother's. Pulisic. It's not Pulisic. And Owen says Pepe. I give it to you with Pepe, but it's Pepe. P-E-P-I. P-E-P-I. Pepe. Right. This one's for all the English fans in the chat. An English midfielder, surname beginning with M. As in Owen's mother's muff. I have hundreds of these. Ben gets it first. Yeah, Hugh has got it as well. David got it. Yeah, plenty of people getting it there. Mason Mount. Alright, Mason Mount. It's a corner here to Ecuador. Let's see what happens here and we'll do another one. In swinger. Near post. Poor. Cleared at the near post. Right. Any Welsh fans in the chat? We have a Welsh midfielder. Surname beginning with W. It's not Wilson, Adam. No, it's not Wilson. It's not Wilson. It's not Wilson. It's not Watkins. I dropped it. Reekey is the first one in the door with it. Williams. Looks like a stern man in that one, don't he? Right, let's see. Who else have we got? Anyone else here decent? Right, we'll do one more. Spanish striker. Surname beginning with M. M for, again, Owen's mother's muff. Spanish striker beginning with M. Yeah. Boys are in. David is in straight away. Huel. Yeah, everybody getting it there. Morata. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the follow button. We do daily Manchester United content generally, but obviously daily World Cup content over the next few weeks. We're going to be doing a hell of a lot of watch-alongs over the next few weeks as well. Obviously, look, this is only the first game and it's a boring enough one. We're going to be getting a lot more, quality coming over the coming days and weeks, of course. But we're going to try and do a watch-along. If, I'm going to do probably 2 every 3 days if possible. If not every day if I can. So make sure you hit the follow button. If you're watching on TikTok as well, we do go live on YouTube. We're currently live on YouTube as well. We've got the scoreboard and the timer and all of that good stuff on the wide screen when you turn it horizontally. So if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the link on the homepage. You can pop over to the YouTube channel or just search United Community Channel. We're live over there as well. Hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, which is great. And we broke 20,000 followers on TikTok the other day as well, which is great to see. So I really do appreciate it. Oisin says, if Blackboard Jungle ever comes back, you're a shoo-in for a presenter. Remember Blackboard Jungle? Oh man, if I can remember the song, the theme tune is in my head now, but it's kind of on the tip of my tongue. Can you remember it? Blackboard Jungle. Jesus, that's a throwback to the 90s. So it is. Chris says, did you talk about Sancho leaving social media? No, I didn't actually, Chris. look, there's nothing wrong with somebody leaving social media. And I think the more in the spotlight you are, the harder social media can be. I never ever got stick on social media. And then I started, obviously create these channels and stuff like that. And the stick starts to trickle in. But look, it's like it's water off a duck's back for me. It doesn't bother me. But it could be one of a number of different things with Sancho. Maybe he just has enough of getting abused online. Or maybe he's just trying to say to himself, I need to focus on my career here. I need to get rid of this, focus on my game, and, just get down to business. He has a few weeks now to concentrate on improving and, getting himself ready for when the World Cup ends and when the Premier League kicks off again. So I don't think it's particularly a bad thing. This may be unfair to say, but he looks like a chap that can let things bother him a bit, maybe. I could be completely wrong with that, just looking at it externally. And I could be completely wrong with that. But I hope he's okay. And I hope he gets back to the levels we know he can get to. Oh, and I'll tell you when the next stream is. The next stream will be... Little bender. Chris says, I also saw that Anthony got suspended for a month for faking injury to not play before the World Cup. I didn't hear that now, Chris. That's interesting. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But if it is the case, it's not good. So yeah. Hopefully it's not true, but we got it right in the mouth. Germany says, hello, it's me. Benzema is out of the World Cup. He is. Are you doing a watch along of England versus Iran? I am not. England versus Iran is when? Tomorrow, I think, is it? And tomorrow is Monday. So tomorrow's watch along is going to be the USA versus Wales. Is tomorrow's watch along, guys. I won't be able to do the watch along at 1 o'clock tomorrow, obviously because work and things like that. But yeah. Fabrizio Romano said it. Okay, it's serious, so. It's serious. Yeah. But yeah, look, I'll be doing Wales versus USA tomorrow. So looking forward to that one as well. I'm actually looking forward to seeing. I reckon that'll be a good game. Wales and the US. Obviously, Chris will be on. Owen says, where do you work? None of your business, Owen. Where do you work? Give us your address there. But anyway, that's it, guys. Ecuador win 2-0. And a good result for them. Good start. Faison says, my teacher is letting us watch the match tomorrow, England versus Iran. Brilliant, brilliant. Ben says, it's a big game, USA Wales for both teams. It certainly is. Ocean said, thank Jesus that's over. The game, not the stream. Give us Owen's mom's address, says Chris. But yeah, look. Not the most exciting of starts. Sue says, did you block my friend Owen? I did, and he's now on YouTube. He'll get one more chance. But yeah. So we're going to be doing the stream tomorrow night, guys. Live watch along for, obviously, like we said, USA versus Wales. Not the most exciting of opening games in the World Cup, you would have to say. Poor second half. Ecuador done well in the first half, got the 2 goals that they needed, and just said, right, we've done our job now. And didn't have to step out an awful lot and didn't have to really do anything. Faison said it's good Qatar banned alcohol because can you imagine the battle of the drunks when USA versus England? But yeah. So yeah, again, just to give you the lowdown. Oh, and you don't have me rattled, son. You don't have me rattled, boy. There's been plenty worse people in this stream than you, I'm afraid. Although you're up there with the majority of them. So tomorrow, like we said, is going to be Wales versus USA. Then Tuesday, we're going to do France versus Austria. I'm going to take a break on Wednesday and not do on Wednesday. But then Thursday, we have Brazil, first game versus Serbia. Friday then, for all of the England fans, we're doing England versus USA. We'll be doing that one on Friday, which is great to have that on a Friday, really, isn't it? And correct me if I'm wrong now, but that's 7 o'clock kickoff. It is, yeah. Happy with that one now. Then Saturday is Argentina versus Mexico, which I think will be a good game too. And then this day week, Sunday, it'll be Spain versus Germany. So we have a busy week coming up. So if you're new to either the TikTok or the YouTube channel, make sure you hit the follow button on TikTok and hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you're new as well. Anybody watching on TikTok, we do the full experience over on YouTube with the scoreboard and the timer and the starting 11 is on the screen and all of that kind of stuff. So you can find a link to my YouTube channel on my homepage. It's called United Community Channel. So go over there and hit the subscribe button too. But yeah, look, not a massively interesting opening game. You would have to say Ecuador get the win. And it's, look, they'll be delighted with it. And, a very, very, very poor Qatar side, you'd have to say. You really, really would. But look, it's 3 points for them. Again, like we were saying, I think Qatar will struggle to score a goal in this tournament, at all, I would say. But Ecuador look good. And they'll be fighting for one of the top 2 spots, you'd have to say. So let's see what happens. Yeah, but like I said, tomorrow, guys, hopefully it'll be a more interesting game, a more livelier game. Obviously, we will probably have more people in the chat watching that are, obviously, we know Chris is from the US, so he'll be shouting on for USA, and we might have some Welsh people in as well, you never know. So, but look, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. We'll be going live. I'm not going to jump on a half an hour before. I said I'd do that just for this one. We're going to jump on maybe about 15 minutes before. So, if the game is kicking off at 7 o'clock local time here to me, we'll be going live at 6:45. Okay, so make sure you keep an eye out on YouTube. The thumbnail will be going up tomorrow. So, if you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification as well, so you'll know instantly then as soon as we go live. So you won't be able to, or you won't miss out. But it's been a great start, guys. Great watch along. Really enjoyed it. Game was a bit boring, but look, the World Cup has started. Things can only get better. See you tomorrow.